It's the show that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Welcome back. It's Corked Stats, the fastest freaking show in MLB, absolutely anywhere. Oh, it's your boy. I forgot what day it was. I almost said Wacky Wednesday, but no, today is Thursday, and it's the perfect day, right? Tell the wife, tell the husband, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the roommate. Today is the day. You grab them by the fucking shoulders, you look them dead in the eye, and you say, you know what, significant other, enough baseball, enough betting. Today is about you. Fire up the reality TV, put on the fucking TLC channel, and let's watch some fucking boob tube. There is nothing going on today. Is definitely going to be the shortest episode of the year. Probably perfect timing. My throat has been feeling a little bit better every day. But who am I? The goddamn sugar, Big Johnny Stud, yo. Follow me up on Twitter at John Legaza, flow sharper than a razor. Same handle over at Substack, where $2 a week get you 5 pounds of shit in a 2-pound box. Doing all the things we do. What's up to the usual suspects? I saw DVQO. This kind of goes for everybody because sometimes emails do get lost. New subscriber, thank you so much. Link to the sheets. Man, they're everywhere, right? DM me or email. I send out a link in every single email. I know people block that stuff, but we will get you access. And remember, there's also NFL. There's some people, there's NFL. Do I have to pay extra? No, it's all fucking included in the pile of shit. Plus, we can't forget your biological clock is ticking. Trent, what's going on? Jay Bird, oh, vacation. Good for you, man. You earned it. B. Rose, baby, no block up in a bitch. Good to see everybody. And Jeff L. And it worked for me, brother. And Adonis. Really appreciate the little crew we got going on over here. Enough of the facha bruta, this fucking ugly face, man. Let's do the thing we came to do. Best part of waking up. Pitching sheets in the mug. I'm going to just apologize up front to the commuter crowd. You have to, go to the back of the bus today. Sorry, pal. There's all the games are spread out too. There's 5 Major League Baseball games today. I could swear we had 16 of these things a fucking day ago. So be it. It starts at 12:15 Eastern. We're going to get on that second. Then 1:10, 3:07, 5:15, 6:40. Holy crap. Nothing even at nighttime after dinner for the West Coast crowd. Best Coast crowd, I'm telling you, man. Hit up the wife today, you know what I'm saying? Baseball version of 300. Give the book nothing. Take from that motherfucker everything. It ain't madness, baby.
This is Sparta!
You damn right it's fucking Sparta. I ended up not betting yesterday. I was feeling it, but I don't know, there were daytime bets that I liked, and this is just me being transparent again. I had that anxiety building up. And said, you know what? I knew today was really short. I didn't look at the slate because I want to get in on today. Maybe we'll get a little parlay going today. Maybe not. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to get back in the saddle. Again, I'm not discouraged and I shouldn't have been out, but sometimes you just have to know yourself. And when you're really letting it get you down, beat you down, just step away for a few days, kind of refresh. Yesterday, we would have had the Giants. I was flip-flopping first 5 full game. I was okay full game. They fucking lost, right? What was that, like a 5 or a 6 run 6? And the other one, the Mega Whale, fucking Vegas Dave, did anyone see online that motherfucker was like a warrant out for him or something? And it was literally a picture of him holding the fucking Birkin bag that I was talking about yesterday. Fucking crazy shit, man. But also that one fucking dropped. Detmers was fantastic, as we expected. Hunter Dobbins just totally prolapsed the fucking Angels. So, these things happen. Oh, but the Twins in the over, that one felt really good. If anyone hit that plus 230, I saw a few of those, and we went way over that shit. All right, first up, it's the Winged Lion, Griffin Canning on the bump for the Friar Tucks. Plus 216 on the road in the Dirty to face Chris. Buy one, get one sale. And the Bravos, very heavy, minus 270. Man, that's outside of the range of viability. I always check the run line cost. Listen, to get 150 cents, right? You get $1.50. To get the run line, it's only minus 125. To me, that's the clearest value. Getting the offer on that run, but I'm not going to pretend that a minus 125 isn't pricey for a run line for a team at home, especially the Padres are hitting right now, right? I mean, again, something we talk about all the time at rising tides, lifting the ships, talking about when star players go nuclear, good things happen. Fucking 8D chess, know what I mean? But Fernando Tatis, I don't know. I'm gonna be interested to see if any of the fantasy herbs go out and kind of hash out the analytics on this. I don't really have the time to do it. I'm not that familiar with the batter box placement stuff, though it was pretty easy for me to see once someone put it out there for me why Tatis. So I'm gonna try and show it to you, right? Fisted. His front leg, right, left leg, righty hitter was pointed inward, and his entire body was on an angle towards right field, going to make it much harder to pull anything. And even the barrels he was hitting, nothing was being pulled. That's why he wasn't getting any home runs. I'd be interested to see if he shifted his feet or if they're just kind of trying to be even earlier on the ball. My guess is he just rotated a little bit. They probably discovered that over rotation, and Tatis is going nuclear. Machado is fucking hitting. I'm maybe pumping the brakes in this one, though I do think Atlanta kills them, and I think Atlanta, again, has the edge every phase of the game. Even with it, has been interesting to see the Padres bullpen, those stats normalize after being so bad down the stretch. They were so good. I also think they're talented. Yesterday they lost also. I didn't have any, I've just kind of paper tracking stuff. And I like the Padres also. So I think yesterday was like a split because all the plus money stuff cashed and all the heavy duty stuff did not. But yeah, you got to like the Braves across the board here. Sale having a fantastic season, 2.06 ERA, 106 WHIP, all the indicators, at 3.3 or below. He throws the four-seamer a ton, but when you have 112 stuff plus and a 23 KBB, nearly 14 swing and strike, you could do it. Plus the ball rate below 32 and a half. He's just filling the zone, doing everything that you'd ask for your starter. Plus 45 ground ball, 33 hard hit, sub-6 barrel. Chris Sale really just doing the fucking thing. Usually the old men are very good at home. He's been absolutely unhittable at home. Incredible last 30 days. Again, should fucking shove here. Then you have Canning, it's been fucking brutal. 6.79 ERA, 160 WHIP, and just nothing to really sink your teeth into. With the ball rate north of 41, the walk rate just shy of 12. That's not going to do it, man. Yeah, that dog don't hunt, right, as they say down south. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. He's trying. Bless his heart. San Diego lefty splits have been strong. Not the best. Maybe they've done a little bit more against righties, but you can see L7, they've been one of the best teams out of the break. Padres just fucking humming. It's discipline, it's hard hit balls, it's a lot of stuff that we're looking for. They're even stealing bases. We always know that's a correct answer, right? Survey says. Yeah, stealing bases is good. Now, Atlanta no slouch either, so they should get there. Maybe I should have started with the totals here. It's at 4 and 8. Bottle kind of leaning towards the over, but we also like the Atlanta win. It's going to be hot with the wind blowing out. How dare I forget the emojis? So, man, it's probably a decent case for the 08. It's minus 110. So the 7.5 is going to cost you. I'm curious, since we ran that little SGP yesterday, just out of curiosity, if you were to go over 7.5 and then maybe just go straight Braves win, that's weird. They won't let me do it. I don't know, maybe you can't, I don't know, that'd be news to me if you can't parlay in all total with a money line. I know you can't parlay run lines with them on most sites. Anyway, we do have Atlanta modeled over the run, near a run and a quarter, disparity from the Padres. They really should mop them up again, especially for hitting. Maybe Braves team total is a little bit safer. Padres at 2.5, mind you. Minus 140. Hachi, Machi, Liberace. I wonder how they escaped the eyeball. I guess it was a little shady this morning, but I filled it in real time. Man, that 2.5 is kind of sexy. Braves at 4.5, minus 130. And to be honest, I think Oh, you know what? They're the same price, more or less. Braves team total is coming in at the same price as the Braves run line. I think I'd rather play for the team total because it's fewer variables. And remember, if the Padres get to 3, which is a juiced team total as is, you'd have to keep the Braves would need 5 to get there. I mean, right? If the Padres get to 3 in order to cover, you need 5. If the Padres get to 4, now you need to get to 6. So I think when you kind of hash out that, a lot of times we've spoke about that kind of execution question. I get that a lot. When to play run lines. I think they get there, but I'm a little bit worried that San Diego just does their thing, and it's really good hitting weather. Next up, Taj Mahal Bradley on the bump for the Twinks, plus 120. Dog on the road in Forest City to face G-Dub, Gavin Williams, and Le Gardien, minus 144. Mono's got the Guardians for a win, but probably a little too close to pay that kind of juice. Listen, Bradley's been very good on a per inning basis. You know what? We have some time today. I want to get under the hood on the guys that maybe we have question marks about. I say that because Taj Bradley's the kind of guy we'll back, and I'll get messages and DMs like, why are we backing fucking Bradley? He's fucking ass and all that stuff. Yo, Buck Skull Gang, what's going on? Good morning, everybody. Good to see you, man. Appreciate all my fucking Spartans out there.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Boom, size 12 Birkenstock to the fucking chest, and down the pit you go. So now I want to go under the hood with the Arsenal. You know, maybe I should do the sheet first. So Bradley, again, 385, 125 ERA whip combo. Is not great, right? When you see that whip, it's got to be a red flag for the sub-4. ERA, the indicator is giving a little bit of love, though the Claude bot up over 4 1/3. Too many four-seamers, though they are very good, and the velo is good. Too many walks, given a pretty decent ball rate. 37 ball is not bad. You'd like to see more chases from Bradley, right? If you're looking for sustainability in a 27% K, 18 KBB, you probably need a few more chases, and then you get into the trouble area, is all the four-seamers with the pulled fly balls and the barrels are going to turn into home runs. 16 Shamalama ding-dongs. Not as bad as Williams. He's suffering the same kind of fate here. So it sucks when you have these very obvious yet conflicting arguments, right? Two compelling arguments that bring you to completely different sides of the coin, right? So there's really good pitchers in strong splits. Right, let me get to the back end there. Bradley's been really good down the stretch. So has Williams. Williams has been fantastic. Forget the 455 ERA. He's running a 119 whip, 247 Sierra, KBB north of 30. KBB north of 30. Williams is fucking shoving right now. They're both shoving right now. Now, Bradley is the weak split on the road. Williams has been excellent at home, 345, 115 ERA whip surface combo. What do you think about the offenses? I don't love them. Twins have kind of gone in the tank. Now, the Guardians are the ones really on the uptick. We mentioned Chase DeLauder being a force multiplier. They also returned J-Ram. Don't think you're going to get me backing the Guardians as a top 5 offense, but they're probably cromulent right now. It is always interesting to see as teams reinvent themselves, or I guess not reinvent, just change. Guardians discipline, you would never see a 2-week span versus righties where they were, dead last in walks and bottom 5 in swing and strike, bottom 8 in zone contact. Now, the bottom 10 hard hit rate we may be used to, but they're also the ex-Wobicon is through the fucking roof. Remember, that's your pure and isolated damage metric, and probably worth the money at all. You go find and fucking split that shit. It's crazy, man. Twins now usually the other way, poor discipline, sacrificing for pulled, hard hit fly balls. They're just a little bit in the tank right now. Again, L7 is kind of how I've been perceiving it. Twins on the downswing, Guardians on the upswing. And the bullpen certainly in the Guardians' favor. So I guess as I talk through it, maybe the 144, though it's heavy, probably makes a little bit of sense for just the situational stuff here. I would love a fucking 4.5 to go under on the F5. A little bit surprised that's not the case. I want to just double check. My bookie's been good to me lately with the prices. You could hit me up for a referral. We both get some free roll or whatever. But to be honest, it's worth the price. Like my bookie is consistently 5 to 8 cents better than all the American fucking books, and then they hold your money and shit if you win. And like, fuck those guys. Nah, it's U4 and it's minus 118, so you're not going to get any love there. But I think that's where I'm leaning, would be an under, but I don't know if I can get there. The twin stuff is a little bit, it's a little bit shaky. And again, not really at the point where I'm backing the Guardians as a cover team. That's plus 154. I mean, if you're a plus money better, that's the one I like. But I'm fenced out. I'm really on the fence and stuck because I think the Guards win to the under. But I'm fucking worried about, Bradley either getting touched for home runs that he has, or the Twins bullpen just fucking imploding. So just be wary today. Next up, my boy Ian Seymour. He's on the bump for the Flat fucking Fish of Florida. They're minus 107 on the road north of the border to face Shane Bieber Fever, driving all the Canadian girls wild. Maple syrup scented panties getting thrown up on the fucking stage whenever my dude is out there. Now, we want to pump the brakes on Bieber, who we were attacking because he's old and he stunk. However, but, using the brake for the, other attack. Hold up. Wait a minute. Bieber shoved his last time out. Hold on, let's get into the Bieber Fever stuff really quick. Again, he's the kind of guy that is so good on a per inning basis that when he shows you who he is, I want to believe him. Also, I'm usually pretty consistent in this. We often talk about trajectory and workload and, continued workload and not breaking regiment and giving guys, this was the Garrett Cole thing, giving pitchers spring training during the regular season, right? What do I mean? You look at Bieber. The game log starts at the end of June. He only has these 23 2/3. That's right around spring training. So if he starts to be good, pitcher good, 25 innings, like, we want to get on the bull side. Opposed to, let's say he was going full season, really shitty underpinnings, goes out and shoves once. I love selling the rip on one outlying start. So again, the nuance and the context that you get pouring at your Fargan nose when you're with us, doing the thing we do. And in fact, it's not like Bieber was terrible either. Houston got him for 4 runs in that first outing. The 3 home runs were concerning. He ended up cleaning it up a little bit versus Texas. I worry if they're any good. Then Seattle cracked him, and he walked 3, gave up 7, and that's like, all right, let's get him. He ended up holding serve a little bit against San Diego as they were starting to heat up. He walked another 3 batters. I was worried. But then, man, he shoved the White Sox in the last one. So I was under the hood earlier on today just to see what we could see. And yeah, it looked good. Velo is good. Little bit of an Arsenal adjustment that I think was a really sharp move. Bieber now, I don't know if I want to call it featuring, but more featuring, I don't know what the word is, boosting use of the changeup into a solid secondary, right? Where it was more of a tertiary, down in the low double digits, 11, 12%. He's now up over 21, backing it up behind the 4-seamer, which isn't great. But again, I'm old. With love, we love, right? Good change-ups because they boost bad fastballs, right? Especially in older pitchers that understand that very important dynamic of up and down, right? Changing eye level and speed disparity, spin disparity. There's a lot of stuff going on outside of just the statistics there. And I wouldn't be surprised. And again, the spin on them is very similar. I wouldn't be surprised if you're also getting that kind of tunneling effect from Bieber. So you see four-seam change at the exact same spot, but one drops off the table and one doesn't. And then all of a sudden, the four-seamer that's like fucking 92 that we would normally not really give a crap about, all of a sudden plays up because he also has a lot of arm side run. And if you follow my show, then you understand that's a thing that you're looking for in kind of inferior four-seamers, right? When you don't have the fucking giddy up, the one thing that you'd love to see is double-digit, at least 10 inches of arm side run, which Bieber gets. So he's checking a lot of boxes that we like. Now, over to the pricing for today. I still think Seymour is the better pitcher on a per inning basis, right? He's the guy we want to get with. It's a young man's game. Ignore the 5.34 ERA as a starter. We don't give a shit about any of that. Seymour's disciplinary bin is like straight up fucking spreadsheet boner. Swing. 32K to sub 6 walk, 26 KBB, 13.5 swing and strike, 31 4 CSW, 33 ball. These are legit as good as Chris Sale. All of this is going to correct. He suffered from a very poor left on base rate. The BABIP is a little high, and the homer to fly ball rate is nuts. Now, granted, some of that has got to belong to him because the fly ball, the pull rate, the barrel rate, right? So we know you make some of your own luck. Give me this discipline with the Rays pitching improvements. I think his wheels up for Seymour. I think he's going to be fine. Market already a little hot on Bieber. I was surprised to not see Toronto is pretty much a heavy dog because the offense has been such shit. They're entering that territory where when the Jays go down just a run or two, it kind of feels like a wrap. And I'm not trying to dogpile them. My Yankees suck right now. I don't know how they're in the position here. Right, Bieber good at home, Seymour rough on the road. But again, the last 30 stuff for Seymour, underpinning stuff, is extremely strong. Man, Toronto, I was looking at the Toronto last 7 today. I have it up. It's highlighted on the board for the video folk. Gosh, this is really rough, man. Really, really rough. Because they're also being super aggressive. So it's tons of aggression, which is, it's costing them walks. You're not getting struck out, which makes sense. And making tons of contact, but it's all shit. Ease up, guys. Batting 184 with a 240 OBP as a squad. I mean, again, small samples aside, that's a tremendous issue when you could rattle off 200 team plate appearances at a 240 OBP. We could zoom out a little bit to see how they perform against lefties. And J stuff versus lefties have been an issue all year. Quick swap over to the home stuff where they have not performed. Jays have been terrible at home. I was more interested in the versus lefties on the season, and it's ass, 294 xWOBA, 290 OBP, just a 602 slug, 214 batting average. Jays on the fucking struggle bus. So I didn't want to be making excuses for my guy Seymour, where I think another part of that is the matchup is really fucking sweet. I don't think we're going to get any runs here. Basically, I think, again, I'm a little surprised at the price. Hashtag markets are fucking sharp. I get it. But sometimes we can anticipate where they're going to get things wrong. And I really thought the Jays would be a little bit of a heavier dog. I don't want to pay the minus 112 for it when I have the Rays modeled for the win. But if this total is still at 8.5, that's like my mega fucking smash. Mega fucking smash, because the bullpens have both been awesome. The Blue Jay one has that one rough outing. I'm not too concerned. I'm digging the new dynamic, and I think they've been good. And the Rays bullpen has been phenomenal. And I think we might even get some distance from both of these guys. Remember, Bieber went out and gave you 6, We know he could be efficient. And he only threw 80 pitches in that last one. they let him throw 97 the pitch before. So it's wheels up on the usage. So let's go under that 8.5 shit. I forgot my show picks. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I mean, we had like the loose Atlanta cover, no thanks. I have Cleveland, the money line plus the under. If you could get it, I'm going to look for that later. We got Tampa, Toronto, under 8.5, man. Shit. Really wasn't planning on betting today. Maybe I'll do like the Twitter tout cop-out thing and do a free play of the day or something, because, man, you really want to be on this. You really want to be on this fucking 8.5 here. Next up, Brandon Fotboy on the bump for the Snakes with Shapes on their back. Plus 102 on the road against Mr. Michael McGreevy and the Cards. Redbirds minus 123 at the crib. This one I don't understand at all. I've got Arizona modeled for like a clean win. They got Carroll back, and he had a multi-hit game. He's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm missing something, I guess. Man, I'll tell you, right? Every time we have that question, Yep. You can almost bet the left testicles that is a strong home pitcher split. Boop. Like, it's almost a fucking guarantee. So now I see that and I like to give it weight. I don't know, home and road stuff doesn't test out great. It doesn't test out great. Does not test out better than, looking for underpinning positive regression or negative regression for that fact. Now, Fott, I feel like the Fott stats might be a little bit thrown off because he had a rough start, if I'm not mistaken, and I've been more focusing on this fucking re-rack that he's gone through. Yeah, so like it wasn't great to start. He went blah, 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 blah. Okay. He was pitching, starting, and then kind of bulk relieving because he stunk. He gave up 25 earned in his first 38 innings. Right, so that's a 5.92 ERA. Going to be very hard to make up for that. Missing a month. I think he was injured, got the rehab start. He comes back. This is Brandon Fott. And he's been shoving lately. Went 5 1/3, gave up 1. That was San Fran. 5 shutout, no walks, 6 Ks at San Diego. 5 1/3, 2 earned, no walks, 2 Ks at the Dodgers. Then 5 1/3, 2 earned, no walks, 3 Ks versus these Cardinals. I mean, he's been really damn good. Let's get under the fucking hood for Brandon Fott and see. So the thing I'd be interested in that we're going to look for right now are any intra-season changes, right? If they've adjusted the arsenal or if there's any kind of tangible stuff under the hood since that re-rack that we might want to be into. Oh, man, his pitching stuff is all over the fucking place. So, to me, right off the bat, I want to see more consistency. Now, one thing that we are getting more consistent use of is the changeup. Also, okay, we're getting more sweepers. We're getting fewer cutters. And it looks like they're trying to throttle the four-seam use, which on its face all sounds pretty good to me. His four-seamer is not bad. He's got a very good extension profile, really good spin. He doesn't get a ton of whiffs, but he does do an excellent job of suppressing contact. As far as shape goes on the four-seamer, it's really kind of meh. Too much sink, not enough run, velo at 93. But the off-speed stuff performing very well. The curveball is excellent. 344 X-Lug, 35 whiff. Sweeper is excellent. 249 X-Lug, 29 whiff. Plus the changeup, he's getting tons of whiffs on, though he's had a little bit of trouble with the location. So I think I like what I see here. I think he's good. Significantly better than that total ERA. That's also why I use starter-only stats. because I think the entire effort load and arsenal a lot of times are completely different. The command and control has been elite for Fott all season, no matter what. And the elevation stuff is what you dream of, plus 51 ground ball and a 26% hard hit rate on fucking Fangraphs is just incredible through nearly 38 innings. Then you get Mr. Michael McGreevy, who had been screaming to me as a negative regression candidate. Like, since we got time, we're going to go under the hood again. Kind of showing off a little bit of the pitching analysis today. Really easy argument on its face for negative regression. McGreevy pitching to a 2.92 ERA and a 1.10 WHIP. His expected ERA is over 5 1/3. The Sierra is near 4.5. However, right? But. Big, wet, shaking asses in the front lawn of a beautiful home with a garden hose, just slowly enough dripping water to see the soap bubbles going as those cheeks start clapping. And the Claude bot really, I think, has earned his keep lately. If anything, is being the contrarian, right? I get this question all the time. What people ask, what is Claude? So just quickly on the indicators. Expected ERA and Sierra are not mine. Obviously, those are, out there. I thought I can improve on them. I did some work for The Athletic a couple of years ago, and it turns out you can. I did. I have been doing it long enough to kind of publish it or whatever. Plus, I figure that's a pretty cool exclusive, bit for all the subscribers that you get every single day. And then in the off season, if you're into fantasy, I have it for, everybody all the time. I still leave expected ERA and Sierra. People are familiar with them, and I think they want to see, and they use them maybe on their own. So I developed my own, anchored in reality, using those, right? Aggregate, it's not just those. It's a little complicated, although I would have said it was very complicated up until this year when I had Claude compete with my correlation number. But the challenge was it had to use a different methodology. And this thing is obviously 5 million times smarter than I am, and printed out this mile-long fucking formula. So I couldn't adjust it if I wanted to. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? I kind of understand the theories, but I could have never gotten it on my own. I just got to be very, I have to be transparent. So I just called it Claude, right? It's my data set. It's a little bit more robust than what we have. It's, I have things that we don't really need. But it succeeded. It couldn't beat it, but it did match it. We get the same exact 0.81, which is very strong. So I have the Claude bot up. The other day, we were cold on Robleski. Claude bot was screaming. Dream shouts me out in the DMs, just asking, man, what do you make of this? It's such an outlier to the downside. So I was kind of explaining to him that I don't know. I don't fucking do it myself. I don't do it. I just kind of have it. But he went out and fucking shoved. And so now, I try and think of, how my opinion would be without it. So now let's go back there. Enough of the fucking nose anyway. So, if not for the Claude bot, right, we'd be saying 2.92 ERA, 1.10 WHIP, but all the indicators are at 4 1/3 or worse. 16.5 strikeout, 7.5 swinging strikes, sub 25 CSW. But just, worse than fuck, because it's no chases with the zone contact without the ground balls and lots of home runs. But man, Claude loves this shit. Claude loves guys that don't walk hitters, and I guess Claude bot is regressing those home runs because the fly ball rate is low. The barrel rate and the hard hit rates are, they're not crazy in either direction. But Claude bot really has the, I don't know, I was going to say red flag, green flag, checkered flag, I don't know, some fucking flag. Up for McGreevy to just not dogpile this guy. And then I guess he's been great down the stretch, which I also missed. I have the splits up now before we pop over under the hood. So McGreevy's been great at home, like I mentioned, being that kind of determinant factor when you're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. 1.89 ERA, 1.01 WHIP, but only 11 KBB. But down the stretch, excellent. through nearly 25 innings, 146.93 ERA whip combo, expected ERA at 3.9, Sierra right at 4, 15 KBB. I was getting ready to really jump on him. I think Fott and the Diamondbacks should smash today. And it's been true. Last 4 starts. Now it's Miami, at Atlanta, versus Milwaukee, at Arizona. 6-0, 6-2, 6-1-1, 6-1-1. Has only walked 1 batter in 5 straight. Game log a little bit stronger than I had anticipated. Now, under the hood stuff, this is where I think he loses me a little bit. Featuring the 4-seamer 25% of the time, he's been extremely lucky as far as outputs go. 576 X-Lug on your feature pitch is really fucking bad. He's been lucky on a 429 output. Same for the XBAs, 298. The regular BA's only been 250. Again, really fortunate because he doesn't really have the whiffs that we're looking for under the hood. You know, the cutter and the sinker, it's a lot of kind of fastballs. The changeup has been okay. But even still, when your off-speed stuff is running X-Lugs near 400 with whiff rates at 26 or below, I don't feel like when you have a guy on base or a really big hitter, you're going to be able to go in the back pocket and fucking sit him down. I don't know, man. Because I'm kind of tripping on my words a little bit because I was expecting to have all the analytics kind of confirm my priors. And, well, a little bit of it is true. The offenses have really decoupled. You know, Arizona, we were waiting for them with all that talent to start hitting. And unfortunately for the Cardinals, they felt like they were playing out of their shoes a little bit. And I do think Weatherholt's a fucking baller. Jordan Walker is a fucking baller. Herrera is a baller. After that, I think you could start to see the flaws in that lineup where, you know, everybody was just going nuts and it was not going to last. And then if your studs start to hiccup just a little bit, the whole fucking machine starts to fall apart. Cardinals versus righties last 380 plate appearances has been fucking bad. Man, just 10 extra base hits, 176 batting average, 236 slug, 481 OPS with way too many strikeouts, 51 ground ball. I mean, how is this going to perform against this iteration of Brandon Pfaadt? I don't know. And now you're going to feed McGreevy, even if you like him. And I think there is a better case for him than I thought out of the box, which is why we like to pop the hood when we have time. Is the run support going to be there for the pitcher with maybe the more red flags? And again, out of the box, second half, Arizona is rolling, doing everything. You know, hitting for power, getting on base, really great discipline, using patience and capitalizing. You know, putting the ball in the air, 145 WRC plus. Cardinals are fucking less than half of that at 67. And if not, I think the bullpen is also a little shingads for St. Louis. All right, not as bad as I thought, though I do think on the season, maybe they're the worst bullpen. We've been having to deal with understanding the Diamondbacks are better than we thought. That bullpen coach probably deserves a fucking Congressional Medal of Honor at this point, man. Maybe the play is to the under also. Like, maybe I like Arizona in the under. Now, you know what would be funny? So that's 270. No, hold on. Arizona and the under is plus 290. Cardinals and the under is plus 220. Is that, did I just invent it? Did I just like accidentally Mr. Magoo my way into like a sharper way of playing totals? Right? Someone's got to win. And if you like that side, you take 2 parts of that, right? Can't you take all parts of that? And actually, you could lower your risk and equal. I have to do the math. I think you could lower your risk and increase your profit, or maybe match it even. I gotta think on that for a second. That just really hit me like a ton of bricks. Right? Like if you like an under, you know, well, you're betting the under, let's say, minus 115. Why not pair it both ways? Like under Cardinals, under Diamondbacks. Again, because they're so close, near even money. But I think I got Arizona for the win at plus 105. That's what I'm going to put on the sheet. But again, I'm leaning towards the unders. The bullpen's maybe a little stronger than I thought. But I'm going to go with the plus money in the thought boy. Unless, of course, that total jumps to 8.5, then I think there's a good play for it. All right, last but not least, before we do the last game, support good people, doing good work. Don't be a cheap bitch your whole life. I'm out here busting the arse, yo. And remember, this football stuff hot and heavy. Any minute that you don't see me, right now I'm hustling the football model. There's a lot of back testing to do. I'm also preparing the in-season sheets. So I think the current sheets are very good. The next versions to be way better. Now is the time. Tell me what you want to see. We're talking anything. If I can get it, I already paid for the shit. You let me know. Literally anything. I mean, fucking anything. Pick your favorite weird fucking football stat. You know, somebody mentioned differentials. Those tested out so well. We have a whole page. Explosive play rate differential, EPA per play, pass yards per play differential, you fucking name it, everything. Starting field position, all the third down stuff, just fucking everything. But as far as team level stuff, you let me know. We have all the success rates, man and zone, EPA, just every fucking thing. For player stuff, if you're betting props, DFS, or fantasy, again, let me know. I think I have a lot of those bases covered already. I like reception ladders. Those are generally found with tight ends, so I have all the great tight end stuff. A lot of times they're found in slot. I have all the great slot stuff, plus we have all the too high zone stuff. Right, cover 3, too high, looking preventative. And then running back receptions also. So we have like all that stuff. Tight end receptions per game, running back receptions per game. Also, fantasy points by position allowed per game for each defense. And then those niche stats also. How many tight end receptions did they allow? How many running back receptions did they allow? How many quarterback rushing yards, right? That's an interesting one. Also, a detailed slot work for wide receivers, right? Usage and catch rate and just all of the fucking stuffs and things. But now is the perfect time. One thing, not saying let cat out of the bag, but I did a little bit of meta work for Matthew Berry. You check that shit out, it's free. And again, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I like to take theories and see if we could prove them out. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's true. The meta has changed. Again, they're very smart people. The Jacob Sandersons and the Shermans and oh my God, fuck me. I'm forgetting the other guy. They just launched a new one. Anyway, all the super fucking smart guys. Understand that, right? We've had this kind of change in meta, preventative defenses, trying to keep you from getting behind, and how that ripples downfield. That was when I moved into the slot and tight end and running back receptions, because that's now what defenses are allowing. Plus, if you get them on underdogs, you get it all in the fucking last round. I mean, we have hit some fucking crazy fucking ladders. You know it if you've been following. We hit some crazy fucking ladders. It's amazing. Jawan Johnson, makes his 5th catch of the day. We just cashed a plus fucking 1850, you know what I mean? And they're down 25 points. My wife is like, why are you celebrating? They're getting killed. I'm like, I don't even understand. So yeah, the football stuff hot and heavy. Hit me up, yep. Was play action, I'm sorry. Right. Play action, the idea, right, trying to suck in that defense in an attempt to get over the top of them. Play action stuff, also very hard to find, and like whatever. There's got to be 500 different things that are all worth the $2 a week if you focus on it, because it takes you that much time to fucking scrape and format. Plus, you get fucking everything. So again, I really try and over deliver. I think the feedback on the Substack comments are fucking ridiculous. Better than any commercial I could do for myself. All right, enough of me shaking my titties trying to get you to fucking pay for my full services, nudes and bio. Alrighty, next up, it's this one. I don't even know how much time we could spend on this. Randy Dobnak is going for the Royals. They've got the bullpen emoji. He's on the road against the Iceman, Troy Melton, and the Tigres, who also have the bullpen emoji. Not sure what's going to matter on the Tiger side. Dobnak is pitching to a sub-2 ERA, but a 1.5 whip, and a plus 5.6 expected ERA in Sierra. He has a negative KBB, and a 53% first strike rate. The Royals are also missing Bobby Witt and going to be missing Jack Calcs. It is really brutal for the Royals. The season's over. They have the worst bullpen in the league. They're up shit's creek without a paddle. I mean, this is basically the cover or nothing. I'm not sure. Can we blend them? I made a stupid face. I'm wondering if we could blend them with the... you can. I was going to say if we can blend them with the Braves. And when I say like can you, I don't mean like physically can you. I mean, when you're going to blend bet and mix the, right, two favorites is two money lines, run line one, run line two, third of a unit each. Instead of betting the full unit on the paired money line where one loss fucks you. Right, this gives you a couple different ways to skin the cat without scratching his asshole. And if it all goes really well, you cash the progressive hit. I think this is a really smart way for people to go after this stuff. That said, that initial bet has got to be plus money. Because if it's not, all you might be really doing is mitigating, but maybe there's even something to be said there. It's like plus 106. I'd like to do a little bit better on those. But I don't know. The thing that might be the disqualifier is that the Braves run line is minus 125. I don't think I would blend these two. I don't think I would blend them. I think the Tigers is plus money. No, it's minus 110 also. It's bullshit. The pricing is bullshit on these run lines, but they make a lot of sense because they're almost like, how do these obvious bets, how do those end? Yeah, obviously, with a finger in your coolie. So Melton's been great, and Dobnak sucks, and Dobnak has no answer for lefties, so, like, we love McGonigal today, and fucking Green. We just love everybody. We love all the Tigers, all of the stuffs, all of the things. And I think Melton at home is outrageously good. He is. He's just so freaking good. Melton is really, really damn good. So, I don't know. This should be a fucking smash. The only thing, of course, would be the bullpens. Jansen, 3 of 4, he's unavailable. Finnegan, 2 of 3, 40, he might be unavailable. And Summers, 2 of 3, 35, the same. Lang, 2 of 3, 34 is a maybe. Lynch, 2 of 3, 26 is a maybe. Cruz, 2 of 3, 20 is probably available, but they're all bad in the fucking first place. I don't think it matters. So, it's an ugly slate, but let's get out of here, right? We like the Braves and the cover, though it's too expensive. I think the Guardians win to the under. But I'm a little bit worried about the Twins bullpen blowing it up. I think Seymour and the Rays also win up in Toronto, but I'm much stronger to the under 8.5. Like that one to me is a half run too high. I think that closes 8. If it doesn't, and this one closes 9, right? I would have failed the Open Legaza Challenge. Hit me up and you get a gift. I'll give you something, whatever, figure something out. You want a free subscription or cards or something. I got old baseball, I got new baseball, I got football, I got all kinds of cool shit. Then I think Arizona wins at even money in St. Louis today. And then I think Detroit just kicks the ever-living shit out of the Royals. And that'll do it. Thanks for picking up what we're putting down here. Show went a little bit longer than I thought, but, when we get time, I promise you, it's less about me liking the sound of my own voice and more about I take asking for money really fucking seriously, if you can't tell. I take it really seriously. I know people don't like to be asked for money. No one wants to pay. There's a huge section of the public that's like, there's so much of this for free. Why should I give you anything? And so I'm like, here, like, that's my fucking sole purpose is to show you why this is worth $2 a week. And if you sign up for the whole year, you get the last month for free. I just had somebody sign up the other day. Thank you so much. Just for the show alone. It's like, I'm not interested in the fucking... not interested in the sheets, not interested in the data, not interested in the emails. I thought the show was worth it. I listen every day, and I was like, oh, man, that's really fucking awesome. So we're making the hard charge towards 1,000 subscribers. I might be able to monetize this channel, which would be really cool. Right now, I get nothing, right? It's all on a fucking arm, you know what I mean? On the arm, because I love you so much, man. So that'll do it. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the day. When we're done with the book, enjoy the pay. And remember, when you work this freaking hard, winning feels a lot less like luck. Peace.